If you're operating a forklift in your warehouse, you've already been trained in basic forklift operating procedures. Most of these programs are great and they teach important principles that apply to all forklifts in all environments. But this program isn't about that. It's about how to operate a forklift safely in your work environment and how you can be safe and ensure the safety of those working around you. Why? According to government statistics, powered industrial truck accidents happen every 15 minutes. A serious injury can have major implications and affect the injured person's quality of life, financial situation, and relationships with family and friends. Even if you, the operator, are not hurt, you must live with the mental and emotional aspect of causing a coworker serious injury or death. You've heard this before, but you'll hear it again. Always wear your seatbelt. Do not drive with wet or greasy hands as they may slip from controls. Operate only from operator's position. No eating, drinking, cell phone use, or the use of a headset of any kind. Many co-workers are injured each year by falling loads. As a professional operator, you are responsible to make sure each load you lift is properly secured. The load engaging device, or forks, shall be placed in such a manner that the load will be securely held or supported. If the load is on an oversized pallet, make sure you use fork extensions to maintain support and safe load center. If the load is unsafe, do not lift it. When lifting or placing a load, make sure any co-workers in the area are properly positioned so they will not be struck if the load falls. Never transport pallets above 1 pallet height. Never allow anyone to stand or pass under the elevated forks and load, and never, ever raise someone up on the forks. Never allow any other person to ride on the forks or anywhere else not designed for the passenger. Extreme care shall be taken when tilting loads. Elevated loads should not be tilted forward except when the load is being deposited onto a storage rack or equivalent. When stacking, backward tilt shall be limited to that necessary to stabilize the load. Cautiously raise and lower all loads. Never raise or lower loads while traveling. Also, a forklift should not be turned while forks are elevated above 2 feet. This can move the combined center of gravity outside the stability triangle and cause a tip over. If the load being carried obstructs forward view, the driver shall be required to travel with the load trailing. Before driving in reverse, an operator must always look over both shoulders. Do not rely on mirrors. Never grab the bar like this when driving backwards. Your hand may get crushed between the bar and a rack or other obstacle. Forks shall be trailing when vehicle passes through strip curtains and doorways. Do not stack materials in main aisle ways in front of doors, fire extinguishers, fire hose, safety equipment, or in other areas which should be kept clear. Do not drive in the dark. Report all poorly lighted aisles and passageways. Communication is an effective preventive measure. It can clearly state your intentions. Sound your horn or warning device when backing up. Slow down and sound your horn when approaching intersections, cross aisles, and locations where your vision is obstructed. Make eye contact and acknowledge pedestrians. Remember, just because you can see them doesn't mean they can see you. Make sure they are clear and free of any danger before proceeding. Utilize dome mirrors when approaching an intersection in the warehouse. Follow other vehicles at a safe distance, usually a minimum of 3 truck lengths, or 3 seconds passing the same point. Do not pass another lift truck traveling in the same direction at intersections, blind spots, or other dangerous locations. Under all travel conditions, the truck needs to be operated at a speed that will permit it to be brought to a stop in a safe manner. Maximum safe speed near pedestrians is 3 miles per hour. Always slow down to turn and keep the forks as low as possible to clear uneven surfaces or debris. 4 to 6 inches at the tips, 1 to 2 inches at the heels. Do not use forklift to bump or push any other piece of equipment or vehicle. Make sure dock plates are sufficiently wide and installed properly. Steps must be taken to ensure the trailer does not move during loading. If it's a live load, the keys must be taken from the driver before unloading. If the trailer is dropped, make sure the dock lock is engaged. If there are no dock locks, a sign must be in place warning not to move the trailer. Make sure you inspect the jack stands on drop trailers before entering. Vehicles should not be driven in and out of trailers until they are securely blocked, brake set, and floor determined to be safe and free of holes that wheels could fall into. Extra precaution or avoidance should be exercised in areas of known high pedestrian traffic. These usually can be found near time clocks, brake areas, and main entrances or exits. Trucks shall not be driven up to anyone standing in front of a bench or other fixed object of such size that the person could be caught between the truck and object. Talking with pedestrians while on the truck should be minimal and limited. On ramps or inclines greater than 10%, operate with the drive wheels upgrade, whether going down or up. The drive wheels are the wheels with brakes and must be kept on the uphill side. Now make sure you know where the drive wheels are on your specific truck. Avoid parking in aisles, doorways, or on ramps or in front of an emergency exit. Also, never stack materials in these locations. Keep everything in its proper place. Park only in authorized areas. When leaving a powered industrial truck unattended, you should do these things. Fully lower the forks. Neutralize the controls. Set the brakes. Turn off the motor. If parked on the incline, block the wheels. If at any time during operation the lift truck is found to be in need of repair, defective, or in any way unsafe, report it to your supervisor. The truck must be tagged out of service until it has been restored to safe operating condition. Never continue to operate a forklift that may place you or your coworkers in danger. As an experienced operator, you've gotten on and off forklifts thousands of times. In a 5-year government study, almost a third of all forklift injuries involved slips, trips, and falls while getting on and off the truck. Check the surface conditions for slip and trip hazards before disembarking. If your company policies require it, take the keys with you. Never jump from the lift truck. Maintain 3 points of contact when getting on and off. A forklift is a powerful piece of equipment. This power must be respected. You may have been operating a forklift for years, but an accident doesn't care how many years you've been at it. The damage is the same. Follow all the rules, all the time. Don't take chances. Operate your equipment in a professional manner at all times.